TheFaisonViewPodcast, man. Episode 360. Episode 360. Hey, my brother Hugh, we back. What it do? We back in the building.
Really, 60 episodes into 300.
Hey, for real. That's quick. That was quick. For real. Time moving along. Man, shout out to the live out there, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to TheFaisonViewPodcast. TheFaisonViewPodcast. Much to talk about. I just know I'm raising my son to play baseball. I'm letting you know that right now. And Kyrie pretty good right now. I had Kyrie starting at 2 years old. Kyrie been starting since 2. 10 years, $700 million. No salary cap, guaranteed. I don't know what he waiting on if he ain't respond yet. They say, oh, money ain't good money, but you tripping. 10 years, $700 million in guarantees, bro.
I told my homies, I said, we became athletes during the wrong era.
Yeah, for sure. But we
weren't that good anyway. It's fine. But like, we could have, if there was more motivation to get that good, I would have.
But your boy, guess what? One of the legends, King Griffith Jr., he's still getting paid like $3.6 million a year, bro. Yeah. I don't want to misconstrue. He's still getting paid around $3 million a year.
Kevin Garnett's still getting paid.
Yeah, so like, but I like that. But if I can get 700 M&Ms, 10 years, like guaranteed right now, rather than like be paid over the years, I might take the 10 year 700 right now.
There's a lot of frustration that comes with that. Cause it's like you locked in for over a decade, and so much can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's true too.
Management could change, the team could change. There's gonna be ups and downs. Mm-hmm. Rebuilding, not rebuilding. Like so many things. It's like 10 years is a long time. Mm-hmm. Like you don't like you can have a whole family. Right. You don't like know. A lot. It's like. Yeah, you won't get paid, but it's like, that's man, why it's so much can happen.
That's why it's great to have guarantee money. That's why a lot of these athletes search guarantee money. Yeah. Because if I get injured, anything's to happen, that's guarantee right there.
That's a fact.
That's guarantee right there. And he's two-time unanimous MVP as well. Like one of the best baseball players right now. Pitching, hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like
he got that New Balance money.
He's been consistent, and the thing about it is, I understand why he want to get out of, get out under the Angels, because him and Mike Trout, they were supposed to be 1-1 tandem right there, but it didn't pan out. They've been losing. Now I go to a contender Dodgers team. I don't know what the weight is, bro. I don't know what the weight is. He is one of them type players. He's a dual threat in baseball. That's very rare.
He might be waiting.
You said what?
He might be waiting. I mean, is he a free agent?
I don't know if he's a free agent. I know he was basically like requesting the trade recently. He's just like, hey, look here, you know what I'm saying?
He might be trying to see. Might be testing the market.
Testing the market.
Listen, if somebody offered him $700 million, someone else will offer him something like that.
I mean, it depends on what. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He's one of them type of players.
Yeah, like if one dude offered me 700 M's, bro. Now at that point it's just greed because it's already 700 M's. But I don't know. Hopefully it's not that, because that's just greedy. Like, it's 700 M's.
Yeah, and that's what.
Why are you looking for more?
But also, like, to really? Your point, what you were saying.
Nobody's giving you $1 billion.
The guarantee money, though.
Unless you play soccer.
I think in baseball, as far as like it being guaranteed, so say if you get traded, I'm not sure completely by contract, but say if you get traded, I still think the team has to pay you if you get traded.
Yeah, or if you retire.
Yeah, I'm saying, or if you retire. So, regardless, the money is in the bank.
KG's still getting paid.
Yeah, KG, and then the infamous one was AI with Reebok.
Yeah, that was like a deal when he turned like 50 something. Yeah, and I think he got there.
And honestly, when you really think about it,
yes, I don't get paid again.
If we're talking about certain contracts, that it's always being mindful of what you sign.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like,
even though that over time it may benefit, but who's to say if I'm even gonna live to that point?
It's crazy to think about, because like when Mahomes got his deal, I was like, that's the first time anyone in football ever got kind of money. But dang, even baseball dudes haven't hit 500 M's. So I didn't think I'd see a contract like that again. And then you got Mbappe, I think that's his name. He got offered $1 billion.
Yes, right.
Then you got this dude. So I'm like, yo, like, first of all, when did these franchises just start getting all this money?
Fact.
That's number one. Y'all handed out billions of dollars, literally.
That shows you how much they really worth.
Yeah, but then I'm like, dang, after the Mahomes thing, but it's been happening so frequently now. I didn't think I'd see money like that again for somebody in sports.
Yeah, especially because
and then Mahomes is fucking get paid. Then I forgot about Jalen. Jalen just got the biggest.
And when you talk about the NFL, the NFL is a 53-man roster. It's different than other sports that you talking about. I get why it's salary cap. I get why it's salary cap in football though, for sure. Because you got 53 players.
And in football, you can easily get hurt. Right?
Yeah, that's true too. Baseball, how many players is on the team in baseball? Overall?
I think it's 15.
I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong too. I'm thinking it's around 15, possibly 18. I'm not sure, but like it's nowhere near 53-man roster. Well, yeah, I take. But take
yeah, I don't know, man. But that's yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, my son's got to play. He's got to play baseball. I mean, you obviously want your kid to play every sport. You know, my preference is football. My preference for football is not even just for like, because it's my favorite sport. I feel like football is the best sport in teaching you how to play it, man. I feel like no sport does that better. Like I've seen kids that just, I feel like when at my high school, I'm like, yo, you need to play some football. Like and it's not even because I think you're good. Like I don't even care if you're good. There are some intangibles that you just need as a man, like integrity, discipline, mental toughness, physical toughness. Working as a team, coming under authority, you know, like all of those things, like being accountable, being a leader, like all of those things, you know, you don't like. It's just hard to get in other sports. I didn't say you can't, but in football, it's just like, man. And so I feel like men need that. Young boys need that. So for me, it's like I want my son to get that. You know, I want him to enjoy the sport, obviously, but I know he'll get those things that he desperately needs to be, you know, a young black man.
You know, I strongly agree. You know, I strongly agree on that. But
he's definitely gonna need to play baseball.
The flip side of football, it's just a physical sport, man. Like the injuries in football can be life changing, life damaging, rather than other sports. Any injury can happen in any sport, but football, it started to scare me over time because now we think about it. How when we played football, like it was back when we didn't really identify with concussions. It was a ringer, or you get back in the game, your head spins.
Yeah, but now they do, and they got technology stuff like that. It's more.
But still, I would still try to avoid it. Just I don't know. I
look at it like this.
The more knowledge we know about it, the more it's just like I want to.
But that's why I appreciate about it, because it's like before you didn't know all the risks. Now you know all the risks, and people were taking it as like, y'all ruining the sport. No, you're not ruining the sport. You're making the sport better. They're ruining the sport with the rules, but they're making the sport better by telling you all the facts. Now you still have a choice. You still have a choice to play. Football is a choice. You can retire when you want. You can sign or play or not play. It's like joining the army. When you join the army, you know the risk could be you can get your arm blown off. You could die. People still join the army. It's a choice. Yeah, in football, now you know all the risks. You know this is a risk. But it's at a high risk, but you know.
You know when we get on that field.
Yeah.
That's why we don't like about the rules, because the action of football, you just never know any play, bro.
I know, but you knew that was but you know it's a possibility before you sign up.
Yeah, correct. That's what I'm saying. For me, I don't know if I want my child to. I don't know if I would want me.
Now I'm like, now we know all the risks. I look at it like this: like statistically, it's been proven that it's more dangerous riding in a car than it's playing football. So I look at it like that. Like my kid is more likely to be hurt in the car with me than they are playing football. So I look at it like that.
But you can't look at it like that, because in football, you're constantly hitting. Even though, yes, you're in a car, the chances are high, but regardless of anything, you're still making contact. You can make a contact in an accident, but that's seldom. But
it's like you can't control the contact in the accident. Like you could be driving perfectly and someone else come out of nowhere and
correct. But also that's every down in football. That's every down, bro. Come on now, you know that.
At least in football, you can like keep your head on the swivel. Like you can
and definitely, of course, depending on what position you play. But that's that's
I get it
every down.
But you know,
it's scary, because that's why I say that, because we actually played the game. We understand the game. We know the risk of the game.
I think the game is a lot safer today than it's ever been.
Yeah,
some would even say with the rules, because it's like some of the rules are whack. It's like, all right, come on. Like how am I supposed to there's only so many ways. We all talked about this. But it's like there's already so many ways to tackle the human being to the ground. You know what I mean? It's like it's like banning leg kicks in MMA. It's like, all right, what is this? Like, what are we supposed to do?
What else you supposed to do?
At this point, the game is not even the game. But it's definitely safer today than it's ever been. That's for sure.
That is for sure.
That's for 100% certain.
Lakers, they beat the Pacers to win the first in-season tournament. LeBron wins the MVP, of course.
Yeah, shout out to him.
AD is back. You know, he finally looked at himself in the mirror. Austin Reaves is a hidden gem. He's going to be a key cornerstone to that team when if they go down the line.
My homie Chris be hating on Austin Reaves. He be like, he's not that good. I be like, why you hating on Austin Reaves?
Austin Reaves tough.
I don't but I hear him ain't that good. Like, how good do you think people think he is? Like, nobody said he was a superstar. Nobody said he was a 30-point scorer. But he's good. What do you mean he's not that good?
People be missing, bro. To be in the NBA alone, you have to be good. You know?
That's why I be like.
And then to be on the team,
I don't think anybody put him somewhere he wasn't supposed to be.
You're on a team with LeBron and AD, and you still averaging about 15 to 17 points.
Yeah.
You can't tell me I'm not good.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, what pedestal was he put on to make you say he's not that guy? I don't think anybody overhyped him. But he's a good player.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said he was like Shea Gilgeous. Like
My question to you, bro, what you think of this in-season tournament?
I mean, I was for it, but at the same time, it's like, and some people would be like, because your team lost. Like, not really. I don't feel like that because my team lost. I just don't feel like, the only way this gets real validity is if the same team that won it wins the chip. Because let's say the Lakers win the in-season tournament, right? But the Bucks win the championship. We're not going to talk about the fact that you won the in-season tournament.
Correct.
Like, this isn't the big one. This is the big one.
It don't really hold any value.
It doesn't hold that much value, you know. But I think it's great that guys came together to play for some money, play so that the coach can get more money. It was definitely more competitive. And then it's like, I think it creates a false environment for people like the Pacers who've never played in playoff games. Like, those guys, they played hard. Don't give me no question, they played hard. Tyrese Halliburton is him. I'm not. Listen, they beat the Celtics. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, they think that was like playoff atmosphere to them. Trust me, you have no idea. Like that, like, I know you feel like that was the playoffs.
Yeah.
When they get there this year, they're gonna find out, oh wait, this is a completely different level than what we were playing in the in-season tournament,
bro. That's all I see behind it. All I see is business, and all I see is dollars.
Listen, y'all LeBron fans have got to relax. I already have people trying to tell me this counts as a fifth ring. You guys need to go chill out somewhere. Like, this is why. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not.
That's why I'm tired of the comparisons.
Like, it's not. It's not a fifth ring. There's like, yo, Michael Jordan never won no in-season tournament. There was no in-season. Like, can y'all relax? Like, it's great. And LeBron had a point. Listen, records may be broken, but you never not say I wasn't, like, somebody was not the first to do something. So, like, in that aspect, he was like, that was great motivation. Right. Like, the 500 racks, I know he says 500 racks. Listen, that lets me know that at any level, 500 racks is 500 racks. Right, even at $1 billion. For sure. Now, after tax, it's like 200 racks. But, like, for him, I think his bigger motivation was just like, I'll be the first to win it.
Bro, which is
fine with me.
With the debate between MJ and LeBron, I feel like it takes away, especially like in the present moment, it takes away from what LeBron is doing. Like, we got to give him credit to what he. You got to give him credit for what he's doing. Like, he's 39, 25 plus, almost a triple double.
Yeah.
I know we have never seen nobody do this this consistent.
Like, for me, the debate was over 6 years ago. So for me, it was just like, at this point, I'm just appreciating what LeBron is doing for the game. Like,
he's one of them.
He's gonna miss him when he's gone.
Yeah,
I do think he should sit down, only because, like, you're at a point where you're playing against guys who've played with you are now coaching.
I mean, he's still
coaching you.
It don't matter. That makes him even greater. He's still competing, and he's still competing at a high level. And still, but I mean, I'm not. People
have had children. And their children are now playing next to him.
Okay, I'm not even I'm not even a LeBron fan. What does that mean? That's more of a credit to what I'm doing, bro. I don't have to sit down.
Bro, it's time to go sit down, bro. I think you played long enough, bro.
Nah, if I'm still being successful and I'm still competitive, the same thing we can say about Tom Brady. If I'm still,
I said the same thing. Tom will sit down somewhere.
But if I'm still competitive and I'm still in the game, everybody say Tom sit down somewhere, but when he got traded to the Bucks, people said sit down somewhere. And he won a ring the first year. So I'm just saying, to LeBron's credit,
so after that, I was like,
too. I mean, if I'm still active and athletic enough to look like I'm still in my prime, bro, I'm gonna still play, bro, for sure. Like, I understand we've seen LeBron play for so long. It's like, let the young guns. But if I'm still competitive in this space, bro,
I don't know. I just think, especially when there's nothing left to prove, it's like, listen, man, give your family all the time you can give them. I think that's my thing with Tom Brady. Now, clearly his family's supportive. They want to see him play. They want him to keep playing. That's great. But at the same time, it's like, man, they wouldn't trade having you around more often for anything.
Yeah.
And so I look at things like, I look at guys like Kobe. Like, I remember Well, Kobe, like, even when you are still in a position to play, sometimes you got to know when it's time to be like, hey, man, like, I had my fun, had my years. Like, I think it's time to. I remember Kobe. He was playing the Kings. It was the national anthem. He looked up. He was looking up. All those guys in the rafters, like Chris Webber, Pedro Stojakovic, Mike Bibb. He said, "Wait a minute, I played with all these guys." I said, "I'm still here. What am I? Wait a minute." That's what hit him for him. He said, "Wait a minute, hold on, wait.
If I don't play with all competitive in that space,
but he was. But when he saw that, he said, "Yo, I played with all these guys. Why am I still here?"
If you have a chance to play with your son, I'm gonna play with my son, bro. Like if I'm definitely athletic enough and still in shape, I'm going to play with my son, bro. That honestly, and if I'm still the top. I can be a top 5, top 10, and top 15 player easily in the league right now. In the space where it's killers right now as far as in the NBA. Oh yeah, bro.
Paul Pierce is right. He's not top in the top 5 in the league right now. He's definitely still in the top 10. I'll give him that.
Yeah, no,
at one point I was like, he's not top 10. Right now, currently as it stands, he's definitely still top 10.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that speaks
I don't know
a
what
lot
case
to, I'm just saying that speaks a lot to his credit.
Yeah,
and I'm not the huge LeBron fan.
Yeah, me either. For me,
I'm a diehard Kobe fan, but also I feel like that's just facts. That's just respect right there. Because if somebody's doing 21 freaking years, but this man's averaging 25 plus, still doing, bro, setting milestones.
I ain't gonna lie.
You gotta give him his credit. You can't.
I ain't gonna lie. Almost like
not so much
nothing like to this day. I still get chills watching that final Kobe game because I remember watching it live and it was so surreal. It was like yo, I remember I was almost crying like, yo, Kobe, please don't leave. Like, I did not like Kobe Bryant was like a freaking superhero to me. But favorite player is Michael Jordan. But as far as somebody who I watched play my whole life, Kobe Bryant was the best basketball player I had ever seen.
Me too.
Like play till this day. Like he was like a superhero, yo. So when I watched those clips of that 60-point game, I just remember being back in my dorm room, watching on the TV and just like streaming it from my laptop. Just I was like, Kobe, don't leave. Like, please don't leave, Kobe. Like, I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see an NBA without Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's I can only imagine what the league would be like without LeBron.
Without LeBron, without Steph,
but it has to happen.
Without
it has
KD.
to happen one day.
You think about it, when we look up, bro, they all
the league is in great hands.
All in 35. Yeah,
the league is in great hands. For sure.
For sure.
Like I think that's another reason why I'm not so big on LeBron. Saying I'm like, listen, the league's gonna be fine. I don't agree with Austin Rivers saying we still count on LeBron to be the face of the league. No, we don't, because Steph is still here, KD's still here. We got a lot of great young guys. Jason Tatum is doing his thing. Luka's doing his thing. Giannis has been the best player the last couple of years. Jokic is the best player right now. Embiid is great. Anthony and Edwards is doing his thing. Like the league is in great hands. We got guys that can be the face of the league. We're not still relying on LeBron to be the face.
I agree.
So that's my thing. It's like, listen, that's why they were trying to tell James Harden, but chill out. Listen, the game has moved on from guys greater than you. The game has moved on from Kobe Bryant. Sure. It's moved on from Michael Jordan. It's moved on from Shaq, Charles. Like
all the time, it's undefeated.
But not only that, great players continue to come in. Like the game has moved on from greater. It can move on. It will be fine without you. Fine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and you're a part of that change. So
that's you got to be a part of that change. So it's like, I'm not like, I'll definitely miss LeBron. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I'll miss LeBron. I think LeBron fans ruined it for me. I think I would have liked LeBron more. I did like him for his first couple years before he went to Miami. I think LeBron fans did it. Because now you root against him despite those guys. Yeah, it's nothing to do with him for me. Like, for me, like, I don't hate him at all.
I agree. I think I do that a lot.
I can't stand his fans.
I do that a lot.
I saw a video of guys playing pickup. All 5 of them had on different LeBron gear.
How I view LeBron fans is how you view Dallas fans in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, just
a lot of delusion, and they just say things like, the in-season counts as a fifth ring.
They can be great, but it's just like you add extra sauce on it, bro.
It's like, come on, yo.
Speaking about vets, bro, the greatest female rapper of all time. Come on now.
Lauryn Hill?
No. Don't even play with her. Don't even play. Nicki Minaj. She dropped that Pink Friday too. Yeah. Man, Pink Friday.
I played it once. I wasn't like.
No, I was going, bro.
I wasn't blown away. I gotta play it again.
FTCU from the Bone Thugs and Harmony sample. The Barbie Dangerous from the intro when she
I hated that first song
when she added her son, but like also just throughout the whole track list, bro. I actually listened through it twice.
I haven't heard it
twice.
twice.
Very good album, bro. Like Very good album. A blended mix of rap, pop, and some R&B.
Yeah. I gotta play it. That Drake joint go crazy.
Needle song is actually crazy.
I feel like it came out too late.
Yeah, I'm about to say that dropped in the summer. That would have been the song
because Drake did that. Drake did that with that one dude. He did that last year. Yeah, this, you know what I'm saying? See how you don't know the song? You know if you heard it, but you don't know the name because they dropped it during this. They dropped it during this time last year.
That Drake,
and so like it was like
Nicki Minaj song. Fire. The Uzi song, this out of here. That Uzi song is.
I don't like it, but I get it.
That Jones is out of here, bro.
I get it.
It's out of here.
That's why
I love what she did. I love what she did with the song and the samples.
That J. Cole track has been a long time coming.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what took so long.
That was a good track as well too.
When she said on the tweet that hearing his verse made her cry, I said, yo, J. Cole really is taking no prisoners. He's taking no prisoners. Like you out here making Nicki Minaj like if you call him for a verse, like he's not taking no prisoners. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dang, bro.
I'm not disappointed.
Like it's like that. Dang.
This what
got her out here crying. Like, dang,
the people that were haters of J. Cole, this is what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know, this is what they wanted from J. Cole. I understand it though, because since about 2018, he been on some other type time. He been on some other type time.
But I gotta play it twice for me to give my honest opinion.
Yeah, I would say
first listen, I was like, I'm
not gonna
so
lie.
I gotta hear it again. It did spark a debate between.
It's a good album.
It just sparked a debate between me and my homie, because he was like, you know, her and Drake, they're making music to stay relevant with the young cats, and I'm like, I don't know why I said cats. I'm not that old. The young people, and I was just like, I get the need to want to stay relevant, to cross over, because only the greats have ever transcended different eras. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, I feel like, you know, getting older, just like in basketball, getting older in this space, and then the younger people take over and let you kind of, you know, you're okay with the audience you have. You know, I feel like that's part of the game. And some people do have the crossover effect, like Jay's got it, Kanye's got it, M's got it. Like some people have been able to do that. Drake's got it, Wayne's got it, obviously. But I feel like even with those folks, like none of them ever had to. Obviously, you adapt with the times, but you don't adapt with so much. I think that's what I appreciate about the people who I listen to who are still relevant. Like when I think about that second run Jay-Z went on, I don't think he still made Jay-Z music. And it just obviously he blended it with the new. You work with the young guys, stuff like that. But Busta Rhymes, I think his album was a perfect example of that. Like, yo, this is still Busta Rhymes like music, even down to the producers. Sure. But he blended it with the young generation. And so for me, I'm like, I get that Nicki wants to stay relevant. I think they can do that, continuing to be who they are.
I feel like
I don't think they have to change. I
feel like Dwayne, Drake, and Nicki, they paved the way for that to even happen. As far as like how their sound has cultivated a whole era, but they can continue to make a sound, but also feed the younger audience as well too.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I get
what you're saying to appeal to a certain audience.
To the kids today. I don't think they have to do that. I think they can.
But even with doing that, the music is still great. But I get what you're saying. But also, even with like as far as like Nicki, like her sound, and this is where it just becomes like confusing as far as like when we critique music or critique rap per se, because we love them to manifest their old selves within the music, but we don't want them to change any type of way. But when artistry is about change, you know what I'm saying? So with changing over time, blending something old and blending it and with the new, I feel like it's a good addition to who they are. That's what I feel like. That's why I feel like makes Drake. That's why I feel like makes Nicki, and that's why I feel like makes Wayne. It's because they are able to adapt with
my
time.
Only beef with those guys and some of the guys in hip hop is the maturity in the music isn't there. Like some of them still rap about the same things, and it's just like I don't want to hear you still rapping about your vagina and you're married with a kid. Not to say that you can't, but like not like as frequently as you did when you were in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like at 40 and a month, I want to hear about what you're going through now. Same thing with Drake. Like
I see.
Like Drake, you're 37. You're a dad. Like I want to hear some. Give me some like you did in the the Scorpion album. Give me some vulnerable bars about raising your son and stuff like that. I don't mind it. Like Jay-Z did it. It was great. Like, and I think J. Cole has done a good job with that. You saw what Kendrick did with his last album. Like, yo, this is what I'm going through today. So I'm gonna put it in my music today. And I think because even Meek has caught some flack over like Meek's still rapping about. Ross is still rapping about, and it's like
that's a good.
Now if you just gonna stand on it, then I'm fine. Like Pusha T, I think he did an interview recently. He said something that went with what I was talking about. He said, because the question was about, do you think people are too old to rap? He's like, no. Like I think because Andre 3000 was like, I feel like I'm too old. 40, He was like, I think it stifles the genre when we do that. He said, for me, listen, my content's not changing. It's not. He said, but what I do is I make sure what I make competes with everything. And I think I like that mentality. He's like, listen, okay, he's already said my content's not changing. I'm fine with that. If you're going to stand on it. But he said, I'm making it my business to make sure everything I put out competes with everything. But I think he's done that.
But that's moving the goalposts because you love Pusha T, Hugh.
I do.
But so it's moving the goalposts because it is. Essentially he raps the same type of way how he rapped when he first came out. I know, but I think he's gotten better. I think he's gotten way better. Of course, rapping, he's always been a good rapper. But also, I feel like the production is way better now. But the content still remains the same, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I am moving the goalposts for Pusha T. But I think everyone moves the post for Pusha T. They don't want to hear Pusha talk about anything else.
I guess. I get what you're saying.
And he kind of does.
It's with certain.
If you listen to Pusha's albums, everything's not about drugs.
Yeah, but also I just feel like in that aspect we pick and choose. That's what it really boils down to. We really do pick and choose.
We do pick and choose.
For example, like Currency. Let's say Currency, right? We know Currency for a certain type of music, and if he changed any type of like his lane in any type of way, it wouldn't be authentic to who he is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm only saying I'm all for it. I hate change, but I like. I hate change, but I like it in music. Because if you're on something different, then I'll support you either way as long as it sounds good.
Another good example is
I fully support guys that come to. First of all, I always support people who come to know Jesus. So when I see guys like Daddy Yankee, who recently did it, he said, I've given my life to Jesus. I'm not going to sing about this. I'm like, I support that. I'll continue to listen to your music even if it's about that. Same thing with Kanye. Like he put out Jesus records. I'm gonna play the Jesus record.
Another perfect example.
Yeah, I'll play the Jesus record. So I'm always for that. When Meek was trying to do the whole prison reform thing, right? I played that as well. Like,
I think like change is good, and then that's another example would be like Wiz Khalifa, how he branded himself, how he came out is not who he is, and how he made.
He don't want to rebrand. That's what's blowing me.
But I'm only saying that to. I think he has. He's changed how he makes music as well too. Like over time.
No, it's not that. It's not that he doesn't want to rebrand. It's the fact that he wants to poo on people who are rebranding. This was like last year. He made a video about how he was like people who stop smoking need to stop telling other people how great it's been for them since they stopped smoking. He's like, you don't really know how great it's been. You got to wait like 10 years to really feel the effects. I was like, how you go poo on people saying they feel better for not smoking weed? Like, how you gonna do that? Just because you don't want to stop smoking, you can't tell people to get online and be like, yo, I stopped smoking in 2 weeks and I feel the best and I felt like, and that's how they feel. How you gonna poop on people feeling they feel better for themselves to stop smoking weed? That's what I didn't like. I thought that was right. If you want to keep smoking, fine. But don't trash people because they want to get online and tell people how great they feel.
That's a whole different subject than music.
It is.
That's a whole different.
That's what I meant. Like. Because I'm not a huge Wiz fan. I was never a huge Wiz guy.
I mean, Wiz still that guy. But I only use him as an example because he changed his lane. And I just feel like, we pick and choose as far as music with us. I feel like the Nicki album, make sure you go listen again.
I'm going to play it tomorrow.
I'm not going to lie. First listen, I've listened to it twice. I'll give it I feel like it's a good 9, bro. As far as Nicki music, that's another reason to the point I was making is just as far as Nicki music, what I really liked about this one, it was like authentic to her real sound. You know what I'm saying? Even though you had pop and R&B, you can hear that real sound in it. Just how we critiqued, even though Chris Brown's always been legendary, he has great songs. But just how everybody used to critique about Chris Brown, he had similar sounding like songs. But if you really, then that was a lie. But also, what I like about Chris in these last 2 albums, that he did give the fans their authentic Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So like. You can change and still be who you are as an artist and go back.
You know why I wasn't so high on the Nicki album? Because I had already accepted that rap couldn't be saved this year. Once Drake didn't do it and Travis, I was like, yeah, we chalk this up.
You can, but it's been great albums too. Like
it has been, but it hasn't been from the people we thought like Wayne's first project. We was like, this is cool. The 2 Chainz project was better than the pack.
Wayne and 2 Chainz,
but he was like,
was good.
Yeah, but his first pack was kind of like,
I get it.
Travis' album was like,
Killer Mike, but it
was the lesser. Killer Mike's album was good. Killer Mike's album was good. Nas, it was good. It was. He gave me King's Disease 3, and then a month later gave me Magic 3 with the same producer.
That was fire.
So I wasn't like.
That was fire.
Jack Harlow's album was good. Gunna's album was incredible.
I get what you're saying though. It hasn't been the most. I wouldn't say that. I was like, it hasn't been the best year for rap.
So when Nicki was getting ready, I was like, I had already accepted that rap couldn't be saved.
No, I think it was honestly. When I look back on it, I think it was a solid year.
Yeah,
I think it was a solid year. It depends on who you were looking for within that year.
As far as people I was looking forward to, it wasn't a solid year.
Hey,
now, as far as the people how I do like, yeah, there was definitely some folks I like. Like I said, I like Jax, I like Gunna's, I like Dirks. Killer Mike, I didn't expect that to be incredible, but it was. Mm-hmm. But as far as I was looking forward to Drake's. Now Drake made up for his with that. He went crazy. But I was looking forward to Travis, looking forward to Drake. I was looking forward to the Lil Wayne. So those albums kind of made me. I was like, a little bit.
I understand. Music on to music. Cameron, he fires back at Melyssa Ford, insinuating this situation he encountered with an underage escort, but he was just talking in reference. It is what it is. Show. Shout out to them, Cameron and Mason. That show is on fire right now. Fire. I feel like that is the best sports show. That and Nightcap with Ocho Cinco and But I feel like in this situation, this is just in general, bro. Like we have to understand what we saying out our mouths, and then also you don't just keep throwing things on somebody's jacket. And what I did respect about Joe Budden and their podcast, they all checked her in that moment. Because they were talking about what she... Hold up, but listen. They were talking about what Cam said on his show. And he was talking about, he had... how Cam go into memory mode. He was just talking about him and Mace, what they was doing with a girl and stuff like that with consent. But also, when she came out there and was speaking on that situation, she threw that on his jacket as far as, like, the young woman being underage or not being consent and stuff like that. You have to watch what you say out your mouth because when you say stuff and you're a public figure, that can stick on somebody else's jacket, especially the person that you're throwing those claims out on. So understanding what you're saying too as well. I don't like how Cam fired back because it was a lot. There was a lot that went into it that shouldn't have. But I do get it though. I do get it. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that going on right now. It's a lot of people just throwing accusations on people and be wrong.
Yeah. I don't like how Joe and them came back and tried to call Cam and them goofy and say I stand with Melyssa. It's being silent was definitely like it was. His silence was loud because you could tell he wasn't about to be like, nah, I'm not about to stand with any of this. Because for me, it's like I think they wanted her. I don't mind Cam's response because I think they wanted him to just take the apology and move on with it. Like no, like hold on. You insinuated something nasty, put it on my jacket,
for sure,
and you wanted to just apologize and just let it be that. Like, no, I think, like, no, like if you said that, you got to let Cam be angry. He has every right to be angry, and whatever he says after that, you got to wear it, because it's like, you deserve it. Like, you put that on his jacket, you gonna get this, again, yeah, you apologize, that's great, but you want to just move on after the apology, and that happens all the time with black men. Mm-hmm. People, they get accused of rape, they go to jail for it, and the girl's like, that didn't really happen, and they get released, and that's just over.
Correct.
There's no repercussions. It's like, hold on, wait a minute.
That's true.
I have every right to be angry. Let me respond with how I authentically feel, and you have to just wear that, like, because you did that, and you were wrong for doing that.
That's true.
So I don't think Cam should have had to have been called goofy or whatever. For expressing how he felt about it, because he had every right to be angry. That's just my take on it. Like,
I agree too.
I think if you say that, I think he had every right to be angry, and he has every right to respond to it however he felt about it, because he had a right to feel the way about it. Because I would be angry too. Like, I completely
agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just like, oh, she said sorry, I'm gonna leave it alone. No, man, like, wait a minute, like,
yeah, for sure.
You just said I was messing with little girls. Yeah, hold on, wait a minute.
That's true. Because you when you throwing stuff on people's jacket, we just seen it with the Lil Durk homeboy, his name Duty Low, but he just got granted like a couple million because the mother who he was messing with accused him of actually messing with the little boy and when he wasn't.
And they think,
you know what I'm saying, but it's just the fact that you just throwing it out there.
They think throwing you money is enough, and it's not. It's like
that's not
like
it.
Yeah, you gotta throw the money, but like there needs to be some justice and accountability on the accused.
It do.
Otherwise, this stuff keeps happening.
It do.
Like they shouldn't just be able to get away with it, or the money should come out of their pocket. Like honestly, that's not like there has to like. So I don't think she should have just been able to say sorry and then they move on from it. I think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted her to. I think they wanted to just move on from it after she said sorry.
But it's happening far too often. So I truly understand it.
Yeah,
and
like Cam got every right to feel how you feel.
And you know how Cam is, very similar to 50. Yeah. You know they don't play that. So you know he was going. You know he had something to say.
That's why I like how.
But also Cam is different now. He's image wise he's changed. So
that's why I like how 50
I get the response.
50 got Tia Marie paying him back. Cause it's like, hold on, wait a minute. You tried to sue me for slander, all this other stuff, and take my bread. And when you ain't had no real case, you thought it was just gonna be like, hold on, wait a minute, no, like you don't get to just
if the
try to do that.
If the tables was turned, it'll be a problem. If
you don't
the
get
tables
to
was
just
turned,
do that to me
it'll be a
and
problem.
then move on. Like no, this is what we doing. Now you owe me some money because that was whack. So it don't happen enough. That's why I'm not mad when it happens.
That's the double standards we always talk about. Hey man, Charleston White need to get security. Charleston White need to get security. He got an altercation, another altercation during his stand-up show. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He's actually funny. He's actually a funny dude, bro. He is
until he says something stupid, and I'm like, I can't.
But also, it's like and it's one thing he said on Cam Newton podcast, but honestly, I agree with him in this aspect. It's a lot of things I agree with him with. It's we talk about his delivery and things of that nature, but also what he brought up is just like we don't talk about the delivery of these rappers or a lot of entertainers or certain people.
For me, it's not the delivery. But I can't get behind what he says because after he says it, he says something that he means that completely contradicts what he says. You know what I'm saying? Like, correct. You want us to talk about us worried about, us rapping about murder in the community, but you talk about how you carry a firearm and you a surprise fighter. Then you say, you gotta smack a hoe sometime. This is my hoe. I'll kill you. Like, hold on. Like, see that at that moment, I was like, I can't even take credit. I mean, take what you just said seriously because now you giving me a whole message
I get that
that's completely different than this.
And I'm not defending it. I get that.
Yeah, like
he does contradict himself.
So for me, I'll be like,
but also
telling me you convinced your son to drop out of school. It's like,
but we look at a lot of these rappers, artists, and these people are musicians and things of that nature as role models too. I'm gonna say this. The one thing about Charleston White, as far as like,
look a little as
far as his character, the thing about this is when you really think about it and how he moved, when he was moving in a positive light, that wouldn't get no light shine on it. But when he act ignorant, now everybody want to pay attention to the actions.
But you can't fold into that, man.
It's not. I don't think it's always folding into it. I honestly think it was making a point. Now I don't know his mission or what he's on.
It's not. He said it. It's money.
I'm only.
He said he don't care about the community no more. He said he's making money now. He said it. He's like, I'm making money. Forget the community. F them. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. So for him, it's about money. So now he's just spreading ignorance for money. And I'm not gonna lie. Like, dude is smart. That's why, like, every now and then.
That's why I say it's not. Every now and then, everything that he's saying is not like false. But also, like you said, I can understand how it can be contradiction to certain
I take all those guys with a grain of salt. Like, even rappers, like, depending on who they are. Because it's like, for some of the stuff, it's just like, it's just music to me.
It's all entertainment.
Yeah. And even then, like the stuff that we consider entertainment, like drugs and all the other stuff, for me, it's just BS in music. Like, it's like McDonald's. Like, yeah, it tastes good, but it's not going to do anything for my body. I can't act like this is better to put in my body than Chipotle. So when I do have some, like for me, like guys like Lecrae, I take credit. I listen to guys like Lecrae outside of just rap, because what Lecrae is talking about is good for my soul, not just my soul, but others. And I promote that just as heavy. I think Lecrae is my most listened to guy this year. Like, I'll promote that more than just as much, or not more than what I promote other rappers stuff. Because it's like, this stuff sounds good, and I love it because it's hip hop. But this is actually like, this could be the difference between somebody coming to know Christ.
But to my point, But to my point, what people want to see is the negative. They want to see the negative, and then when you put in a positive message, it don't be a lot of viewership over there because it's not entertaining. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just pointing out what it is. And that's
but for me,
we want to look into the negative.
I always continue to, I'm like, I play it because I'm a fan of hip hop, but I know what's important and what isn't. So it's like I always I've had to deal with that a couple times. Like I remember I was playing music somewhere and I was playing regular rap stuff, like the secular stuff, and then I started getting to like some gospel stuff, and somebody asked me to cut it off and said it was offensive. I said, hold on, but you didn't find it offensive when I was playing all this murder music and all the other stuff. Why is it offensive now that I'm playing songs about Jesus? And I wasn't hearing that. Like I wasn't about to move on. Like no, like I'm gonna play this. Like because you had no issue with me playing this negative stuff, but now that I'm playing like this stuff that's actually worth hearing.
That's a good point.
Now you want to tell me what I'm playing is offensive? Like no, get out of here with that, man. Like I'm not about to. I can't act like even listen. McDonald's is good, but I'm not gonna act like it's better for me than Chipotle is. Like if I got Chipotle, if I have an opportunity to promote, health versus stuff that just tastes good, I'm gonna promote the health. The other stuff is just sometimes you just need stuff to make you feel good at the moment in time, like for whatever reason. And some people, everyone's not me or you. Like some people can't listen to the stuff and take it for what it is. Some people hear it and take it to heart and take it word by word with a grain of salt. And those are the folks you gotta watch.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You gotta know who you are.
That's a problem.
For me, my identity is in Christ, so it's like, all that other stuff is just it is what it is.
And ultimately, what you're saying, too, we can't. Everything that you view and see is not what it is.
Yeah, it's not what it is.
Not what it is.
That's another thing. I know 90% of it ain't real. That's another thing about it.
But everybody don't. To what we were both saying. So everybody don't.
Yeah, but as far as him getting jumped, it's gonna happen more and more often. He talks too much trash. Trash.
Yeah, and guess what? Now you got everybody looking for a moment. Yeah. Everybody looking for a moment. So
we didn't get all that whole clip, but I'm sure he said something to that dude that made him get up and act
for sure. And for sure. But also, what I think too is then why you at my comedy show though? You know what I'm saying? You there too for clout too. So like, I'm not. If he was telling a joke, then respect the joke as a joke. But yes, if of course he took it too far, but also it's a double. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword because
you paid the money.
You paid money to see me. But also, I joked about you. I said something offensive to you. I mean, now we in the era of clout, so it do look a little, you know what I'm saying, a little funny in the light. But hey, we don't know. We only seen the clips. That be the killer about the internet too. They clip some things up. You gotta watch the full video. A lot of things, so we don't know.
People are so quick to pull out their phone today. It's actually insane. Like how many videos I've seen of people like trying to get away from bears. And I'll be thinking to myself, who's filming?
I always.
Why are you pulling your phone out as you're trying to walk away from a bear, bruh? I don't got time for that. I'll tell you the story later. I'm trying to get away from this bear.
Everything.
Like, why am I watching this video?
Everything is a moment. Your life on the line. Your life on the line.
My first instinct wouldn't be to. If I saw a mountain lion stalking me, my first instinct wouldn't be to pull my phone out to record the mountain lion. Like my first instinct would be to keep my eyes on the mountain lion and get away from.
Because guess what? If you gone, that footage might be gone too.
Yeah, like it's crazy how quick people pull their phone out.
It is
to the point where it's like I don't even believe half the stuff I see. Because like there's no way you just started recording when this happened. Like that video of how Shorty helped her man with the bill in a way that wasn't embarrassing. It's like, bruh, like this is clearly staged. Nobody's just recording that.
Right, you just
like there's no
it.
Like what?
For what purpose?
I'm not believing that. Like, that doesn't just happen in regular life.
For them clicks, bro.
Yeah.
For them clicks. All right. Would you rather live inside your favorite childhood movie or book?
I'm going with a favorite childhood movie. My favorite childhood book was Garfield.
Books?
Not a very... Ain't nothing going on up in there.
I don't know. My childhood book.
My favorite movie was the...
All right, I ain't gonna lie. My childhood book was like Green Eggs and Ham. Green Eggs and Ham. That was my favorite childhood book. That's like way back.
Ain't nothing going on.
But childhood movie for sure. My favorite childhood movie was Hercules.
My favorite childhood movie was the Superman Batman movie.
That Hercules. Watch that movie.
I guess.
Watch that. I don't even know what movie you talking about. Superman.
You would know if I showed it to you.
Yeah, but you know Hercules. Come on now. Well, we all know Hercules. That was that movie. from the singing. And it's funny because now I like as growing up, and I like if I watch any of them back, we really
So
like
you would rather live in like ancient Greece and Athens.
Yep, all for that movie. That was fire. That joint was fire. That was fire. You rather live in Gotham? I'll take.
I could live in Metropolis.
I'll take Athens over Gotham any day.
The same stuff was happening. Hades was sending monsters all through the joint, and he had to come beat them up. It was the same situation.
No.
It was.
Batman was just, I mean, a little bit more modern, but with Batman.
Yeah,
but
you still was in danger.
I ain't want to live.
And you had a hero that had to come through. You might have been casualty of war like me.
Gotham be OC every 5 seconds.
They do. I could live in Metropolis.
Every 5 seconds. Metropolis is Superman.
Yeah, Metropolis is just as OD. But at least I know those guys are there. I'd rather that's just over the book. Like if I had to choose between that and the book, I'm choosing that. Because my favorite book was Garfield. For sure. It was like
definitely.
What am I gonna do in Garfield? Like
yeah, nah, that was
I'm not gonna do anything. In
that was my show.
I was a huge Garfield.
Yeah,
I love
my
Garfield.
show. That was my show. Man, the Faison View Podcast, man, you already know. Episode 360. 360, man. Much love to you guys and the viewers out there. Make sure you like, comments, everything. Subscribe. All right. Thank you guys for the love as well, too. All right. Hey, YouTube, we out of here.